Hello and welcome back to the second half of the Siege of Middenheim, episode 8. Glad you all could be here today. Special shout out to all those watching this live and also recorded. Anybody who's here, shout out to you guys. You're what make things happen around here, and I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right back to the action. Make sure everybody's here. Hello.
They've been told to murder Jericho.
Oh yeah, you're right. They have been.
I mean, Jericho's the one that shot the bug.
Plus, if he's paralyzed, I can just rush in there, kick him back into the room. He's not going to be able to fight back. And then stand in the door.
You're gonna fucking raid the Alright. For me, I just gave him up for dead.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm the good person in the party.
Or one of them.
Fair assessment of the situation. However, welcome back. We should probably just jump right back into it and see if we can move this along a little bit, because it is going to be one of those combats that takes a little bit, as you all I'm sure have noticed.
I hope to God this
Not at all.
motherfucker. Stay there, Jericho, so he doesn't move.
It is Dane's turn, however. What would you like Dane to do?
Dane shall fucking. Oh, he's gonna be the MVP of this.
As most.
Can he fly above this field?
He absolutely can.
Okay, he's gonna start dashing, and I'll let you move him, because I don't know what the vertical translates to.
Yeah. So if you want to like try to fly over it, you can probably get to like here. It's probably like, consider it. Yeah, I'll do mental math and figure it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll let you take control of Dane while we figure that out.
What the fuck is that?
So yeah.
Cool, awesome. So he's just gonna dash. Is his goal to get over to you?
His goal is to get over to this side,
Okay.
because there's only undead here, and they're in an anti-magic field.
Correct. Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
useless in that particular scenario. So that brings it to Farron's turn.
Yeah. So nothing's absolutely wrong with Bayho, so I'm going to show my back to him and hope everything's going to be okay. As I go stabby.
Yeah, stabby away. Hey, better. Neither of those hit, but better.
Well, I do get a bless for.
Yeah, he
each
does
of
have plus.
Yeah, just
So 17 for the first one,
uh-huh.
and 15 for the second.
Okay, so the first one hits.
Yay!
For minimum damage.
Hey, that's a lot better than 0.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. It is better than 0, and he's actually looking really beat up. He is not long for this
Yes.
afterlife.
I did do 9 damage this turn. So far better than nothing.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, absolutely.
You have bless?
Yes.
Aelin blessed all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay.
We do
Yeah.
something sometimes, okay?
I think I know why he's asking, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I think Jordan figured out why I'm asking.
Yeah. No.
So
I am going to attempt to give hold out, Morella, as I see if my inspiration can be heard.
hooray! It fights through the rage in Morella's heart.
Again, I said passion, but we can go with rage too. I mean, what
They
it
are
is.
two sides of the same coin, I believe.
Mm-hmm. They are. So,
All right, fantastic. Anything else for Farron?
That's it from me.
All right, Kree, it is your turn. You're engaged with this archer who has been annoying and evasive. Okay, good talk.
Well, Brian's not in Discord.
Oh, he dead.
Yeah, he is
Okay.
offline.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get back to him because there are many other turns that won't affect his outcome. So, the knight being paralyzed with fear.
Make that saving throw.
Yep. He doesn't do
State
anything
of
on his turn,
paralysis.
so it's at the end of his turn that he gets to make his saving throw again.
Mhm.
Nope. He is still very much paralyzed
God.
in his fear of whatever is happening.
He doesn't have that resolve.
Indeed. Which brings us to Jericho's turn.
I mean,
This-
we kind of knew that was his problem.
Right, yeah, right. That was his problem, like from the very beginning.
I
So
even
like
questioned him on it.
shambling up behind you is the skeleton, but probably more importantly is this whirlwind of death that has appeared before you.
Come on.
Scary.
I mean,
skeleton.
Jericho does have the problem that he can't leave a fan behind. So his first thought is going to be to glance backwards and see if it looks like those skeletons back there are after him, or if they are going to try to murder the brave knight kid whose name I still can't remember. Please, someone tell me what it was.
Ben.
I think it was something super basic. Like it might have been George or Dan. Let's say it
I
was
think
Robert.
Oh, George sounds right. Yeah.
George sounds right, I think.
Georgie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it might have been George.
How can
Sure.
we save George?
Yeah.
So
Georgie.
the skeletons look like they're attacking George.
Yeah,
or...
so I think they've been commanded to attack you, but he also looks like a combatant that was recently in the way.
Does he
Um,
still look like a combatant though? After he's literally been scared like a little fucking bitch.
I'll allow the dice to decide because there are some other extenuating circumstances here. No, he's coming after you, Jericho. He looks like he's
Okay,
leaving
awesome.
Georgie alone.
Oh,
Like
that's
he only
right.
moved there in the first place to because you were behind George, right? So now he's
Right.
now that you've ran out, he's gonna be pursuing you.
Also, to be fair, George never attacked him.
True. And is also kind of dealt with at this point.
Yeah. Okay then.
It's not his fault. He tried. He
Let's,
failed, but he tried.
He stopped one attack, so he did his job.
Let's get interesting with this then. Jericho begins to sing the appropriate notes to beckon his backup dancers.
Yeah, awesome.
Shit, now he's gonna try to leave.
Backup dancers appear before you. 15-foot radius. What color are your backup dancers normally?
It's something fuchsioid. That's good. Now, is the necromancer just at the edge, or is he contained within this area?
So it's 15 feet. He is not within the edge. He's just outside.
I really should have taken the step first. Oh well.
I believe in you. A lot of checks that have to happen. Like, he's got to hit first.
Who's got to hit first? What?
If you're going to take the step forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Jericho will step forward then to encompass the necromancer's coalescing form within the aura. Oh.
Of course he hits you.
you do have cutting words again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jericho just glances back and no, I'm busy, and like parries it without really
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, I think he looks at Varen like for confirmation, and Varen's just like, kill him, and then you're already out of range.
Mm-hmm.
You've already left his radius.
Yeah. Yeah, Jericho steps forward so that the aura of spirits whirling around him encompasses Varen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is going to do, because, it's just what bards are. Jericho will make the dramatic bow and hand extended to Varen. Beckon with the fingers, sort of Matrix style, like it's a duel, but he will, of course, have to say, "Shall we dance?"
Of course.
And that's it, because that's everything I got.
All right, Morella,
Thank
it's
you.
your turn. You are enraged, and these creatures appear to be fleeing from not from you, but from Aelin. But they are fleeing.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack Skelebro.
Okay.
This one.
Yep.
So here we go. I am blessed. I am raged. So
All right,
let's
you
see.
are.
Here is the first attack. Let me just roll that bless real quick.
Good idea.
So 17.
17 is a hit.
Okay, so it does that. And here
Significant
comes
amount of
another one.
damage. Yeah.
Don't think I need a roll rate bless for that one.
Nope.
So,
You're good. The creature looks within. It looks as though it is on death's door. On
Really?
death's door.
so I think some smiting might happen
Sure.
if I'm gonna spend a first level spell slot
Yeah.
to see if this will work. Because she knows of the magic field, but smite is holy power, and why would that interfere? So
Yeah. It's a divine from your god or goddess.
It's working for Farron, but that might just be because Aelin's better than us.
so
You now
if
know
it
what I
has-
was
it
asking.
does
Oh yeah, no, I knew.
an additional 7 radiant damage.
Well,
So-
luckily it's radiant damage, because otherwise that would not have worked. So your smite lands true. Your weapon
Oh.
ignites, and it burns through the creature, turning it into ash and dust.
This is good to know. 'Cause,
Jericho and Hannibal, roll me perception check.
Oh boy.
You are distracted, so it's gonna be pretty. Oh, Hannibal rolled an 18 now. I think probably higher than that. An 11, however, is not. To be fair, Jericho, you are embroiled in Mortal Kombat at this point, and Hannibal is like invisible and relatively
yeah.
safe.
I am finally like 15 feet from the nemesis I've been worried about this entire time. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I thought Farron was supposed to be taking all of these up.
Yeah, indeed. So
You're not using
Hannibal,
enough of our ones.
in your peripheral vision, this natural glow that the book has, it kind of ignites. You have no idea why, but the book does something. And then it glows like a little bit brighter. I think you see like a bunch of rapid pages being thrown about, and then it ceases and goes back to its normal, just resting there.
So
I'm not sure what happened though.
How many
No
villains
idea.
are there?
How many what?
But did that happen when they were destroyed?
It just happened just now, as you were
No.
there.
It has happened previously.
Not that you've noticed.
So as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
she is going to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Do
Over
that.
10 hit points.
And I going to use action surge on top of that, and I'm going to wail on the big fuck. So, boop, and then spend 2 attacks to do this. So here's the first one, 2, and I will spend a smite on that one at first level.
Okay.
So it's doing 3d8 because it's undead, I assume, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then I will attack once more.
Yeah. You're beginning to whittle down this large construct's endurance.
Mm-hmm. I think I hit it. Yeah.
Hannibal, since you're tuned into it, you notice the book does that thing again.
And I will
Jericho, you
spend-
can make another roll if you'd like.
No.
Another perception.
Yep.
No, I think I'm good with unleashing hell. Rather, heaven, would say. So.
Yeah.
Bears.
Jericho, you notice a flash from behind you. You're probably not 100% certain where it came from, but like maybe somebody's fighting behind you, but you're still kind of dead focused on
Right.
what's going on in front of you.
Hannibal suddenly doesn't think it's a great idea. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Hannibal doesn't really know what's going on yet.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to stand here. Going to move up and around this creature then.
No problem.
It will have a
problems at
hard
all.
time trying to leave.
Yes,
what I'm
it
trying-
will attempt to flee that way, being difficult terrain.
Mhm.
So Cahill. Farron, you're in his way. Needs to prove himself.
Bye, Farron.
He's gonna get 2 crits on you.
Wait, has
There's
anyone
you
seen that trailer for
so
the
you just
for
die.
for that Seth Rogen movie? The one where he goes, "Oh hi, Mark," but it's fucking, "Oh hi, Farron." It just
You
shows-
mean the movie that's supposed to be based on Pulp Fiction?
Yes, I think so.
Another movie which I need to see. I haven't seen it yet.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Same.
He has
It's
advantage.
Tarantino, so it's
He has
overrated.
advantage because you're obviously not expecting this, Farron.
Obviously.
And
Weren't we? It's fair.
you feel
It slapped you.
you feel a gauntleted hand smack the side of your head and kind of send you sprawling to the right as Cahill begins to march forward. And as he gets to here, he's going to take his second attack.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
You say that to the future emperor?
Yes, I say that to the future emperor.
In his defense, it is a completely reasonable question.
Yeah, in the middle of a battle, your own ally hits you in the fucking
Yeah.
head.
Well, and Cahill is probably just casually walking and says, "You are in my way. No one gets in my way." And
If you want me to get in your way, then so
It's-
be it.
he charges up and he's going to land his greatsword attack on this great beast.
He did more damage against you than on the beast.
So, obviously, Aelin, you witness all of that.
Uh-huh.
And you notice that shadowy crown that is around his head becomes more coalesced, beginning to take more distinct shape.
Great.
Daniela, however, is going to make an athlete. Daniela is going to try and do it. Where are you? There you are. Athletics. Definitely probably. Okay, 15 versus... Oh no. Yeah, so Daniela tries to tackle this skeleton and you see her beginning to try and wrench the skeleton backwards. Also Daniela has advantage because John is helping her. In case you were curious. They're trying to drag this skeleton back and it's just kind of it's kind of standing there and it has its short sword and it's gonna go stab Daniela again, but she was unsuccessful in her attempt. With John helping, so using his turn as well. So this creature begins its departure from this area. So that's 10, 20, 30, 35, or 40. So it's going to have to dash. But all of you get an attack of opportunity, including Cahill.
Yeah. So
Still lands a solid blow.
2, 2, 2. Here's mine. Zoop.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very nicely struck. Landing some damage into the beast. Kree, are you going to take your attack? Oh, he's still not here, is he?
Still not here.
Okay, good. Let me open up his character sheet. See important juncture. I'm also just going to make his 2 attacks. On the Skelebro, just to see where we're at here. So on the Skelebro, on the construct. Wow, he rolls poorly.
Mm-hmm.
It does actually hit
Jordan.
hits the construct though, so that's good. So, Aelin and Farron, can you make me an insight check? Aelin, can you make me a perception check? I assume that an insight check is something you would want to do on Cahill, who just backhanded you.
Yeah.
Oof, no, you think he's just being an ass. Aelin, a 9 is not enough to see the next thing. He's going to continue on his path until somebody can stop him. So, moving right along, this gladiator comes charging at you. Is going to stop right here, though, because he's going to have to roll a... Is it wisdom, Jericho?
Yes.
Okay. Passing, so he only takes half damage, so can you roll the damage for me real quick?
I sure can.
Although this it's radiant damage, right?
Yep.
That's good. That is good.
Yeah, Spirit Guardians is a pretty good spell.
Yeah, so he kind of holds up his axe defensively as he becomes battered by these guardians. And how much did he move already? 25? So yeah, he takes one more step in, not being close enough. He's going to then dash up, get right next to you, and prepare himself for an assault. The other one is destroyed, so he doesn't need to go. So we get over to Silny. Silny, evaluating the situation, is probably going to... She probably has some tricks up her. Let's see, what can she... Seeing that there are some things that's better here. Yeah. So she
Hannah,
turns...
You're not looking good.
No, I'm not. I
She
got
turns-
hit one time.
She turns towards Varen, sees his back turn, and sees the battle is probably 50-50 at this point. So her opportunity here is going to be to she's going to try and deafen Varen.
Nice.
Let's see if he can make his con. He makes his con save.
Good God.
So there's a resounding thunderclap, and Baron brings a hand up to his head and kind of shakes his head and looks around to see where it came from, and Silny quickly ducks behind the banister as not to be seen by him. He's obviously too engrossed in killing Jericho and probably thinks you did it somehow.
Excellent.
So we get on to Noct. Noct can take his attack, which I also have to open up. That character sheet. Noct, great, perfect, good. He's going to try and do... They're all the same, so I'm going to bite. Hey, look at that. Nicely played, Noct. Taking a deep gash out of this archer, tossing him to the side. Aelin, it is your turn.
Okay. I think Aelin, standing there knowing obviously something is going on with Cahill, I think she tries to rack her brain for what she knows about the Lady of the Lake and what she's seen with Mel, and trying to make some sort of connection between the two to figure out what the hell is going on.
So what type of check do you want to roll here? Does that sound more like history, or does it sound more like a religion?
I was gonna say religion, mainly because she's a deity, and what I have sort of gleaned from her power is more religious than historical.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So why don't you roll me a religion check?
That is not what I meant.
That is an intelligence saving throw.
My character sheet's super laggy right now. That's why I have to keep logging in and out of.
Did your hardware acceleration get turned off?
I checked that, but it's not, so I don't know what's going on. It's just really weird tonight. Anyway. Anywho.
I'm pretty sure it's due to the Advanced Fog of War.
Oh, maybe it's that. I haven't had problems with it in the past.
Well, yeah, and you were on those 100 by 100 maps
Yeah, which is strange.
Yeah,
but,
those are super big. But yeah.
All right, I kind of think I want to use my inspiration on this. It's kind of important.
Seems kind of important what you're trying to check for here.
All right, so I'm gonna do
Could
that.
be.
Oh, I didn't need it. but that's
Holy
okay.
shit, at 26. Yeah, so you begin to run through possible scenarios of what's going on. It's very clear to you, because you're the only one that's passed the insight check, that something is wrong with Cahill. To Farron, he's just being an asshole. To anyone else that's observed Cahill, nothing is different about him, but probably due to the fact that you know him so well, you know that something is very different with him. And I think that you remember stories, perhaps during your research time, about the Lady of the Lake, like on your maybe like there's a journey of you on the way here, and maybe it's what was that nursemaid's name that took care of you? Matilda, I think was her name.
Something.
You remember the lady who had aged unnaturally that you met?
Yeah, hold on.
I think her name is Matilda. You probably like maybe asked her what she knew at some point, and she tells you this story of how the Lady of the Lake entices men who are strong of character to lead her faith during crusades. Ariel, there you go. That was close. The Lady of the Lake is particularly drawn to strong men of character, which is probably why like Anders is a person that follows her, and you know that probably there was some conversation at some point about like avatars, right? Because that matters, obviously, since you are supposedly one of them. I think that you put some pieces together and you realize that this is very textbook how the Lady of Lake would sow dissent in her enemies. Find the most honorable, the most righteous, the most charismatic individual and make him her own. And I think that the crown you begin to see forming also probably rings a bell. The Lady of Lake is known to bestow gifts upon her chosen. Usually they're some sort of symbol of power, be it a scepter or like a scabbard, or perhaps a sword itself, a crown, a ring, a necklace, that kind of stuff. And it kind of marks them as her own. And so you probably realize with your 26 in religion that whatever this is forming over Cahill's head, it is a process in which the Lady of Lake is making him one of hers. Somehow overcoming his resolute, valor.
Demeanor.
Yeah. That's, I think, what you get with a 26 there. Does that help you in any way?
And I wouldn't know by what means she is actually carrying this out.
So, the Lady of the Lake likes to be hidden a lot. She doesn't show her face, except for when particularly important battles occur. However, you do know that something like this requires some sort of, like, local direct influence or tie. So, maybe there's some invisible force acting upon Cahill that you just can't see. Or maybe there is, maybe it's this place, right? Like, maybe there is something here in this place that has selected, that is of her, and has selected the most pious male in the group, or, the most influential, charismatic male in the group to latch onto. So there's probably an object or entity or something nearby that is causing this.
Okie dokie. Well, whether it's true or not, the only entity or object nearby that Aelin is aware of that's causing issues is the book. So I guess that would be her first order of thinking.
Yeah.
Regardless, he's stepped into the field anyway, so any other things that she would have tried to do are not going to happen, and he's clearly determined to go forward. So I guess her next
you can always make the attempt.
Sure.
Are you going to say anything about his situation to me?
Yes, but I think I would act first, before saying anything. I think Aelin is going to try a How high are the ceilings?
Probably from where you are, you're on like the lower level. There's probably like 20 or 30 feet up. Because it's big church, cathedral, and everything needs to reverberate.
Okay, I think because Aelin doesn't actually know how high the sphere of influence is, I think she's going to test it by shooting a holy guiding bolt at the ceiling, like above, like the roof
Sure.
of the cathedral, to drop books where Dane has described the book to be, or drop rocks on the book where Dane has described it to be.
Yeah, and so there's definitely some pieces that are like kind of in the area. I will remind you though, and this happened a few sessions ago, just to give you a heads up. During the destruction of the church, the only place that was completely untouched was the area within inside of this aura. I'm not saying you can't collapse the roof, because you definitely can. It's very weakened in its current state. But there is also something weird going on with that you would know of. But I'm not going to say you can't do it, because it will cause interesting things to happen.
Do what you want.
Well, I mean, I feel like in this instance, Aelin probably wouldn't have recalled that anyway, because she's too upset about Bay Hill, so.
Sure, yeah.
Of course.
Does Aelin have to roll anything to realize that her spells are still affecting people inside the field?
She would know that she's still concentrating on magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's probably some indication that it releases at some point.
Okay.
Say a minute mark or something.
Yeah. Do you want to roll your guiding bolt though to try and collapse some of the ceiling in on the book?
I guess.
Up to you. I'm not gonna pressure you to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, whatever.
Holy shit! 19 damage. That's a lot of damage. So your bolt flies up. The bright, shining light energy. I'm sure you've cast Guiding Bolt before, right? Why do I feel like you've never cast it because it's an offensive spell?
I've literally never cast this before.
So what does it
She
look like?
casted it
anyway.
when she was the other cleric.
Oh.
Right, I remember now.
The one that got flat out murdered.
Stop! You're so mean.
So tragic.
It
Not
was.
as
It was
tragic
very
as
tragic.
that woodchuck.
Why would you bring that up right
You
now?
monster.
You absolute monster!
Holy shit! Felt like an inspiration for that one.
Unprovoked. See if you ever get healed again.
Rude.
Holy god, that was good. It was good. I like that. It was savage as fuck, but it was also good. So what does your guiding bolt look like?
I'm sorry. I'm
Aelin?
so sorry.
Don't lie.
I mean, I'm wheezing and coughing like a
I
goddamn
can't
goose.
even recover from how horrible that was. So I think that it's not your typical like lightning strike, as one might imagine. I think it just kind of looks like an extreme ray of sunlight is really what I think it would look like.
Yeah, just like directed into a beam.
Yeah.
Cool. So you begin to hear you hit directly. Speaking of beams, you hit directly on one of the support beams that kind of rests above this circle area, and you begin to hear a creaking, cracking, and then you begin to hear these toppling rocks. I'm gonna roll something here. You rolled a 23, so you hit exactly where you meant to. But what I want to roll is. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to set a secondary aura around this thing. Slightly smaller. Okay. So, the good news is, Oh no, Kree and Noct are in it. Okay. Kree and Noct are going to be affected by this thing that happens. So, as the rocks begin to descend, those of you that can see the book, in fact, Morello, you probably see this as well because you're like coming up the stairs and can just almost peer down over the edge. The pages begin to like flip over and file, and a bright kind of energy that is perhaps it's kind of bubbling up, almost as if like it was almost as if it was like some type of ooze becomes bubbling up, and as the rocks begin to fall and they impact the shell, they turn into these little small they disintegrate into a bunch of tiny little like black purplish flames that begin to rain down upon everyone in this area. So I'm gonna roll some damage here. Cool. So everyone in this area takes 13 damage, but half on a dexterity saving throw to dodge out of the way. Kree and Noct, let's see. Well, it'll be Noct, I think, for instance. There he is. Dexterity saving throw. Totally fine. The other two, however, may not be so lucky. Nope. Fail there. For the throw. Fail there. Okay, so they both take the 13. Which is significant to them. In fact, this archer here disintegrates under the burning fire that pierces it, and Noct takes. And you probably hear Noct kind of scream with kind of like an unearthly like wail, like it's just burning. You know, you can hear the smell of the sizzling lizard flesh. But kind of I would say, you know, accidentally you've taken out some enemies. But you did witness as well kind of what this book essentially appears to be, for those of you that can see it, in some regards appears to be defending itself. For whatever that's worth. So, moving along.
I also would have yelled to Farron and to, well, I don't know if Morella would hear it, but
Why wouldn't
that I don't know.
You're
I would yell
raging.
to anyone who could
passionate at
hear
the moment.
that Cahill is under the influence of the lady. Be careful.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I think that as you yell that, Cahill turns and looks at you. And it's with a look that you probably will haunt your nightmares for a while. And he probably says, I am under the influence of no one but myself, and that which is mine. Silence. You will not speak unless spoken to again. And he continues his ascent up the stairs.
It's probably that awkward moment with Morel and Farron as they both looked at each other like, oh shit, he just said that. That ain't gonna go well.
Bay Hill just 1930s you.
I mean, the Lady of the Lake did.
We'll see how Aelin feels about that. Whether or not the Lady of the Lake said that, or if she thinks that's deep down residing in Cahill somewhere.
It's gonna be great.
It hurt either way. Let's just put it that way.
So, Varen has to make a check here. A wisdom saving throw, in fact. Which he's not the greatest at. He does pass, though. You want to roll that?
Damn.
No, he's not the greatest at, obviously.
He's only got a +5. That's really not that good.
He's only got +5.
I mean, yeah, that's actually not that bad.
Right.
So,
But
he
he
just
does
rolled
take
exceptionally well.
some damage from that. And I think that what you see here is as your backup dancers are kind of like bombarding into him, every time he's struck, more of this like papery, ashy substance like kind of falls off of his body. And you can tell now it's coming from like his skin, as it's like kind of spreading out across the cathedral now. But he kind of screams in that unearthly rage again, and he's going to, let's see. So he's no longer inside the circle, which means he has some other options available to him.
Stay there. Stay there.
Now
Has it
you know
not
he
been
ain't
your
gonna
turn
do
yet
that.
by now.
Stay there! Or at least stay within range, please, for the love of God. Wait, he's focused on you, so he might not move.
Yeah. Well, where the heck? Oh,
We'll
Jesus,
see.
Sorry.
Has it seriously only been one round this whole time? My God.
Yeah. No, we
There's a lot going on in this fight.
a lot going on in this fight. Yeah. You know what? I don't think he has much regard for his own health in this particular instance, or anybody else's. So you see he begins to summon up these necromantic energies, and he directly at you, Jericho. He says, "You will not take me." And as he does, he casts a spell of seemingly hard regard.
Shit, is this what I think? I knew it.
Oh boy.
Centered on you. So everyone within 60 feet of you going to have to take some of this. So basically everybody right here, including himself and all of his allies. He has no qualms about this. So if everybody there could make a Constitution saving throw, please. Or take
Well, I'm
full
probably
damage.
about to go down.
This is the part where I wish I had counterspell instead of dispel magic, but yeah, okay.
He succeeds, so he's only going to take half.
I take full and I go down.
Oof.
I'll save you, assuming I survive. Let's find out. Nope. Well, I mean, I'm alive, but that hurt.
Yeah. So let's roll for this gladiator guy. Oop. Take significant damage. That guy can't even survive even if he passes. He's totally dead. Let's roll for the knight. Nope. 4. He is somehow still standing with a whopping 6 health.
George.
Since this guy was injured, he's actually dead as well, and this guy is also. So he kills a bunch of his own guys, but as this is probably basically a tornado of this necromantic energies. Hannibal, you it just appears before you, and it's too you can't get out of the way in time, and unfortunately you just end up getting smushed by it. You can see that the skeletons are beginning to waste away and explode and turn into dust. And Jericho, you barely are kind of hanging on.
I mean, I'm at half health. Actually, slightly more than half.
And then that is his turn.
Oh, but I do need to make a con check.
Oh, correct. Yes, you do.
That's
With-
Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck.
DC 17.
Yep. It's fairly high. Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Close.
The backup dancers are lost.
Yeah, exactly. And the backup dancers are lost, and you see a smile cracks across his face as he believes he has the upper hand now.
Well, saved me the time of doing that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jericho says, gesturing to the ruined wrecks of the skeletons.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess I lose my aura as well. I can't do
yeah.
it myself.
And now I.
Bleed for a while.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a short sword stab here, real quick. This guy at Daniela. Holy shit! Daniela takes a blow from like seemingly like just trying to. Oh nope, that is incorrect.
Jesus. I was gonna say Danielle, please.
That is incorrect. And at the end of the scout's turn, nothing additional happens. Hannibal, it is your turn. Can you please make me a death saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
You succeed. Mark 1 success.
Fine.
Don't worry, I've used up all the ones just for the sake of preventing death saving.
It is
That is
Dane's
true.
turn, however, who is still active. Now he would be aware of this occurring. So as he's flying, I think Hannibal, correct me if I'm wrong, it'd be reasonable for him to like call down to Aelin and be like, Aelin, this is the ghost boy or whatever Hannibal told you I am. I think he's unconscious. He's up on the balcony on the other side.
Sure.
And he continues
You have
his
control over him now. I
yeah,
don't.
he continues his plotted march across the oh, he's dashing, so he can move a little bit further than that. His plotted
moves
march
40.
across the Yep. Yeah, I'm aware. Farron, it is your turn though.
I think I look to Aelin and say, in slight hushed words, how do we stop Bay Hill?
You.
Aelin looks at you with like the most panicked, hurt, upset eyes that you've ever seen, and she just says, I don't know. And she just is like inconsolable at the moment.
Knocking someone unconscious usually solves these problems.
Yes. I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage because he's not expecting this. Who dares touch the physique
The
of the
future
future
emperor.
emperor? Yeah. Who would dare?
Well, I
Athletics
still
versus
bless.
athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So you like grab him around the middle, and he kind of like does that thing where like he looks at you and just like pulls your arm away.
Oh boy.
And he probably says, "Unhand me, you foul cur."
Cool.
Oh, damn. You
Shit.
better demand a raise after this. Or, talk to HR.
Anything else for Farron?
That was my action.
All right, Kree is going to hold an action to attack. Let's see if the knight can recover. Nope. Still paralyzed with unending fear, right here in the doorway, being
He's
super
fucking-
useful.
He's fucking fine.
Jericho, it is your turn.
I think Jericho's going to take a quick assessment of this situation. Raise a finger to Farron. Farron's throwing some pretty big spells at us, though. Yeah, I can't count on that working. The worst situation.
I'm coming. Don't worry. It's gonna take some time. There's a big fucker in my way.
Yeah. All right. In the meantime, Jericho will say, "All right, if it's going to be vanishing and dashing around, he will snap his fingers, disappear, and then do a drive-by on Varen.
Okay, yeah. So you get advantage. You're invisible. He doesn't see you, obviously. 27 does hit, obviously.
So it's just the first 13 that hits because I rolled terribly.
Yeah,
Really
indeed.
just grievously bad damage.
Now, is this the one that also knocks back?
No, this is the one where if he moves before my next turn, he takes that extra 7 thunder damage. Right. Gotcha. Cool. All right, yeah, and you see him like kind of he grips his side where you have a rapier, right? Where you pierce him. So gouged him as I ran past.
Yeah, he grips the side where you pierced him, and he kind of like looks around and is like searching for you, screaming, "Your trickery will never succeed." Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Hi, guys.
You have a ready action to attack.
Awesome.
Hannibal's down, and
Also awesome.
Well,
Wow,
fuck you too.
that was almost as savage as the
my comment earlier.
yeah, that was almost as savage as that woodchuck comment earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, and Bay Hill is also ready to turn on us at any moment.
Yep.
Not so awesome.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna have to knock him unconscious real quick.
Anything else for
Alright.
Jericho?
No, that's all he's got.
There are probably other options. Yes, that was just the one I suggested.
I mean, that's the only option for Morella. So...
Morella, it is your turn. This beast
Yeah.
is still attempting to run away
Mhm.
because Aelin is scary.
No, I know. But the passion is taking over.
Passion.
Also, there's passion. And she is going to attempt to shield bash this individual to the ground.
Yeah. He has advantage because,
And as do I, due to my rage.
correct. Yes, good call.
So, beat a 20.
Nope. Ties go to PCs.
Okay, so he's knocked prone.
Yeah, so you knock him, like, as he's running away, you just, like, you slash the shield into the back of the kneecap, and it kind of, like, blows it out a little bit, and he kind of, like, falls and tumbles over and goes careening into the ground.
So,
Well done.
here's a spear attack with advantage. So, 16.
Yeah.
with
16 is a
bless,
hit.
just in case. There's the bless for you.
Yeah, the creature looks damaged now.
Mm-hmm. And here is the next one.
Yeah. Absolutely, a 27 is a hit.
And I think I'm going to spend a first level spell slot to do Divine Smite.
That sounds great.
So,
Is this anti-magic shield still up or no?
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. So another amount of damage.
12.
And Morella and Kree and Jericho, because you have an opportunity to see it again now. Roll perception checks for me, please.
Very well. I'm not seeing shit.
Kree is in a daze.
Now, if you want to give me advantage for whatever reason, I'll take that. But, probably not.
Jericho. I think your 18 is enough.
Finally
this time.
catches on.
Yeah. So you see, in fact, I think that you see everything in this. You see Morella brings down her spear, and you see it ignite with that smite power that you've seen her use before. She's very clearly inside of the circle.
Mhm.
And as she does that, you see the book pages begin to flap over. You see it glow briefly and then subside. Something seems to be happening whenever Morella's doing what she's doing.
That's interesting. Does it? So I can see the book reacting, but I can't see anything about the nature of that reaction. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to be like at the book perhaps to see like what it's actually doing. But you
Fair
notice
enough.
that there is a reaction whenever Morella is doing what she's doing. Now it may react to other things too. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
Yeah, the creature is definitely hurt now. Definitely on its way out, but still has some ability. This guy.
mm-hmm.
Gone. He got crushed.
Yeah.
Anything else from Morella?
No, that is all from her. She is spent.
Yeah. So I think that Farron, in disobedience,
Oh boy.
Cahill.
I don't answer to him. I'm the general of the Bear Rider Kislev, and that's a miss.
You were expecting it this time, so you dodge out of the way, but like you're not gripped on him, so like you back up, and he takes that for settling it, and ascends the stairs. To then he raises his sword above him, and he brings it down with a mighty swing. Having advantage, obviously. 16 is enough to hit. Dealing some damage to it. And as he does it, he's like, I will slay this foul beast myself in the name of the Empire. And for my lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Daniela is gonna try her very best. You know what? Actually, Daniela and them are just gonna be ignored until something changes with that. This golem though stands up. Also, I think I forgot to. Does it make a save on turn undead every turn, or is it just literally as long as you have it and are within 30 feet of it?
It's a good question. I want to say.
I think I think it has to be within range. Like, I think it does like actively run for like a minute or whatever, but it has to be in range. So it's not in range. So it's going to turn back and it's going to throw a slam attack at each of the two people in its immediate vicinity, attempting to.
It can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
Batter you away. So one at Morella, one at Cahill. First one at Morella. One at Cahill. Both of those miss. Cool. Kree and Morella and Farron and Aelin. Well, hold on. Farron, Morella, Kree, I want you to roll insight checks. Aelin, I want you to roll a perception check.
Okay. Insight, here we go.
Oh, cat. Holy shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So, the thing that happens, Morella, maybe you look at Cahill like he's being strange, and you see this shadowy crown that is formed above his head. And you notice as well, even though Aelin already told you, you notice for yourself as well that he has been... Something is changing him. Something is affecting him in an interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that perception check though, Aelin.
3 times. 3 times. Haven't rolled higher than like a 4.
So this gladiator doesn't know what to do, so its master probably commands it to go kill this thing because it's the only thing in vision.
Oh no.
So
You poor sap.
Well, it can't get to him. It's got to dash over there. So
Still, the poor boy.
we move on to Noct. It's Noct's turn.
Silny, not go to.
Something's happening over there that they're going to just do because I don't feel like taking their turns.
Okay.
I'm trying to speed it up a little bit for us.
Mhm.
So as you move there, Kree, you get your attack on this creature, who is no longer knocked down, regardless of what.
Yep.
It says. Okay. A 10 is not strong enough to pierce its hide.
Rip.
Anything else for you, Kree?
Brian, we can't hear you. Your mic's muted.
Oh, that would be important.
It's weird. It looks like he's talking, but he's not.
Yep.
Yeah, we can see you keying up, but we can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear
Oh,
me?
hello,
Yes.
yes.
Hello.
Okay, much better.
Is Noct also going to attack?
This book is below us, right?
Yes, correct.
So, Noct being a creature of Chotek, chosen by Chotek, can
Mhm.
he smell anything supernaturally bad about this book?
That seems a little stretchy. But
That-
I'll give Noct an Arcana check.